again with another topic, and this is an interesting topic. It's how not to take things personally in life. Oh my God, how much do we want to do this and we're not able to do this, right? So let me start off asking you this question. Does this really work? Don't you know that if you don't take things personally in life, it helps you? I'm sure all of you know it, but why are we not able to do this? See, most of the time, I'm going to give you some magnetic tips, okay? 6 magnetic tips on this, okay? Before that, I want to start off, sort of giving a background about this, that taking things personally, what happens is it generally drains our energies and our emotions. And what happens is, most of the time, we think that if someone is disrespectful to us, it is because something that we have done towards them, which is probably not the case. And most of the time, we end up taking things personally. Now, there is a difference between self-reflective, which is really developmental, and taking things personally, because taking things personally is exactly opposite of self-reflection, right? Yes. If so, please comment in the comment box saying, yes, I agree with you. Thank you so much. Now, let me jump into the 6 magnetic ways of not taking things personally, right? So the first thing that I would say is stop worrying about what other people think. So this is very easy to say, right? But the thing is that you should worry about what you think about yourself and probably what your loved ones think about you. Maybe, really close ones. And I would say after a point of time, even that doesn't matter, because it's very, very important what you think about yourself. The sooner you do not care about what people think about you, the more liberated you will feel of yourself, for sure, okay? This actually goes to the second point, which is know your worth. So the kind of relationship you have with yourself, what is your self-worth? What do you think about yourself, the way you manage your relationships, the way your energies with your colleagues, with your husband, that becomes very, very important. What do you think about it? The self-talk about it actually defines your worth, right? So what do you think about it becomes really essential, because the self-worth and self-confidence is the best work you will put in. Any kind of work that you do on your self-worth and self-confidence is the best kind of work. That will reap you benefits and dividends for the long term, right? Third, don't jump into conclusions. What does that mean? When something goes wrong, in fact, if someone is talking something about you, has commented something about you, most of the times it is not about you, it is about them. We need to realize this, okay? And in case you're sensitive about certain areas in your life and there is a trigger coming from the opposite side, it's important first of all you observe within to see what is that emotion that is triggering you, so that you are prepared and ready to tackle this, okay? So what becomes important is the trigger of emotion that is triggering you to react, and that is something you need to get observant of, okay? The next thing is let things go. Let it go in a balloon. For what? To bring sort of space and room for joy and happiness. The more you forgive, the more you let go, you will be happier and bring space for joy and happiness. It's as simple as that. And as easier said and done, but let's just do it, try it, okay? Next point I want to say is fill your calendar. The more sort of busy you get with your own work, your relationships, sort of with your life, with your family, friends and work, that brings joy. Put that in your calendar, because what are you doing then? And people, strangers and acquaintances who are actually giving those comments to you, probably they won't even occur, it won't even come in your mind, right? So fill your calendar. And finally, don't climb down. See, whenever there is someone saying something to you, it could even be a closer relationship, which is where you suddenly react, or you say, how come you can say this to me, right? That's climbing down. Or even your acquaintance and strangers, someone trying to trigger a kind of emotion in you. The moment you react, what happens is all the effort that you have done in saving yourself, in not draining your emotions down, goes in the drain. So what you're basically doing is you're climbing down when you're reacting to people's comments. you're basically climbing down the rabbit hole, and it won't be in the long term. At that point of time, it'll be actually very relieving that, hey, I've given the answer, I'm done with it. But in the long term, it does not help, and it'll be likely something that you will regret. So take the high road and let it wash off you. So beautiful. So what did you learn in this video? Just type it in the comment box, and please do not forget to click the subscribe button so that you get to know of various things, various videos, topics that I do. Plus, the 3-day WhatsApp class that I do to discover the superwoman in you that will transform you. Join in to that WhatsApp class. The link is below. Click it for you to join, and then you can even take up one-to-one coaching sessions with me. Okay, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.